You want to get sued? Because that's how you get sued. What's up, Wolverines? Welcome back to the channel. Before we get into the story of the day, I need you to answer me a question. What is your favorite Christmas movie? Is it Die Hard, Die Hard 2, Lethal Weapon, Invasion USA, which happens to be my favorite, Reindeer Games, A Long Kiss Goodnight, or something else? Let me know down below in the comments. We all know what's going on in Oregon. GOA won an injunction against their law, and now their neighbor wants to pass a few anti-gun laws themselves. Governor Inslee had a press conference where he talked about 3 proposals that are going to come up in the 2023 legislative session in his state. The first one is an assault weapons ban. Yes, the scary assault weapons ban, which is basically a ban on semi-automatic rifles. We all expected that, and now there's this liability insurance for gun manufacturers. That's the quickest way to get all gun manufacturers out of your state and basically kill jobs. But you really can't tell that to an anti-gun Democrat, because that's what they do. They kill jobs and chase gun manufacturers out of their states. Well, at least he's not talking about increasing taxes. Now, the third one is what's going to infuriate you. In Oregon, which is right next door to Washington, if you don't know, which I'm sure you do because you guys are pretty damn smart, they tried to do a permit to buy a gun, and guess what? That was overturned, and there is an injunction against that. Basically, GOA sued and said that it violated the Oregon Constitution, and the judge agreed. Washington State has a very similar measure in their constitution, yet they want to do the same exact thing that Oregon did, which means that they are going to get sued. Now, this is the infuriating part. That's infuriating, but this is really going to infuriate you. The governor said, and get this, he said you need a driver's license to fish and to drive. So you need a license to buy a firearm. Yes, but you know what? I don't recall seeing anywhere in the Constitution, whether it's the Washington State Constitution or the U.S. Constitution, where it talks about a right to drive or a right to fish. But you know what is in there? The right to bear arms. And to bear arms, you got to be able to buy them from somewhere, unless you're going to make them. But they probably want to make that illegal too. Republican State Representative Jim Walsh called the whole thing a waste of time. He points out that banning a whole entire class of firearms and also requiring a license to buy a gun violates the Washington State Constitution. Anti-gunners always try to argue some type of gray area in the U.S. Constitution that is not there, but the Washington State Constitution actually spells it out in clearer terms, where it states that the right to bear arms is an individual right for defense of the state and themselves. So Walsh tries to say, and I think he's right, that banning a whole entire class of firearms and requiring a permit to purchase would violate the Washington State Constitution. But I don't think Jay Inslee really does care. I think he wants to become president, and Biden is like 105 years old and could kick it any day. And I think Jay Inslee is waiting in the wings to try to get those Michael Bloomberg bucks. If Biden does survive until the next term, he probably would not know where he is, but let's just say he does. And let's say he gets reelected. Or not reelected, Jay Inslee could run in the next election cycle, which I think he is trying to do. So I think this whole thing is trying to secure the Michael Bloomberg bucks for his run for president. He ran in the past, and I think he has aspirations to run in the future. But this law would probably get knocked down, and he would grandstand on that, saying, oh, I stood up to the gun manufacturers, blah, blah, blah. It's all political theater. It's all about getting those anti-gun bucks, covering up for raising taxes, and to set up his future presidential runs. All right, guys, that is it for today. Tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Eastern, I will be having a Christmas live stream where we will just kick back and have fun. I hope you guys would join in the festivities and chat with me in the chat. All right, guys, that is it. Stay ever vigilant, stay ever free, keep in the fight. I am out of here, Wolverines, motherfucker.